One second, guys. I'm trying to figure out whether the live stream is on the actual channel because last time I had some troubles. So sit tight. We will be there in a second. The live stream has already started. I mean, yeah, the qualifying, so you can already have a quick look on what's happening on stream and all that kind of stuff. I'm just gonna switch some things. There we go. This should be all right. You guys should be able to hear everything all fine, hear everything all fine, see everything all fine. It doesn't appear like the live stream is on there. I hope it is not on my channel again. It doesn't seem to be on my channel. Is it going to be on the Divine Eye? Yes, indeed it is going to be on the Divine Eye Racing channel. So, guys, welcome everyone. My name is Phoebe Thomas, as some of you might know already. I'm going to be your commentator of tonight. It is going to be round 3 of Hungary, which is going to be the Hungaroring, of course. Today we are racing in round 3 of season 1 of the Divine Eye Racing League, as it is going to be a very exciting race. Div 2 is always up for some good races, if I'm being honest. Right now seems like a lot of guys are out on track already. I'm just going to take a quick sip of water and then we will be ready to go. Alrighty, so let's focus on some guys here. Tutsky seems to be in the pits still, as it seems like a lot of guys are still in the pits right now. We might want to go on board with Sir Spongy, as we've got 20 people in the lobby today, which is absolutely amazing, of course, because having 20 people in the lobby, of course, it is going to give some great racing. I'm just going to have a quick listen to the live stream and see if it is actually there. I maybe need to share the live stream too, so I'm just going to do that real quick. Not too sure in what channel I need to put that here. Okay. Hello at everyone. We're live in... Oh, we're live. That's not right. In Div 2 tonight around Hungary. Maybe I should link the stream too, because obviously people want to... You know what? Hungary and in the rain, glad I'm not racing. Yes, indeed, Divine. Not too sure. You know, Hungary in the rain, I would say it isn't that bad, if I'm being honest. You know, it's some fun racing around there and all that kind of stuff. So I've tagged everyone. I think it should be all good. We're all good to go. I hope the quality of my microphone is alright. I'm just gonna have a quick listen myself, and then we are totally focused on the race. You know, short qualifying, not much is happening anyway, usually. So I'm just gonna have a quick listen, and then we are ready to go. Yeah, alright. It is good. It is good. Better than yesterday. Yesterday I had some really bad issues with my commentary. I mean, with my voice and all that kind of stuff. Alright, so here we are currently on board with Sir Sponge. We might want to go on board with the Alfa Romeo driver, of course. Alfa Romeo, my favorite team on the grid, so the beautiful colors, the beautiful sponsors, everything is beautiful about that car. And hopefully they're going to be having some good, you know, having a good car during the 2024 season, you know. They had the most beautiful car on the 2023 grid, if I'm being honest. But let's hope they're going to be able to do the same in the 2024 grid. Sir Spongy is getting a little bit obstructed by the Red Bull in front of him, having a little bit of understeer right there. The Red Bull, oh, that is really, really bad for Sir Spongy right there. But he takes pole anyway, a 132.0. But I do think a report will come off that, because, you know, the Red Bull... He was really close to the Alfa Romeo, if I'm being honest. So let's go on board with Tutsky, one of the faster guys in this Div 2. In my opinion, he actually shouldn't be in the Div 2, but he's doing it anyway. The savage Dutchman. Tutsky Beard currently in Sector 2. He's entered Sector 2, but he had the fastest first sector, and he invalidates by going a little bit off track right there, trying to attack those exit curbs on the exit, of course. But he kind of went over them and invalidated. So that is not going to be the better lap for the Ferrari driver. And he's got someone right behind him. I think that is an Alpine driver, and that might be Shermanator, who is also on a fast lap, currently taking that corner right there. I'm just going to open up the corner list real quick so I can analyze what corners are for where. Hungary, F1 should be all good. So actually, the track map is really difficult for Hungary, because sometimes it says corner 3, but then it says corner 4. Track, there we go. Shermanator now coming around the last corner. I think the last corner is like turn 14, 15. It is turn 14, so we've got 14 corners in total. Turn 1 is that one, turn 2. I'm just going to open up this one. Yes. So right now we're heading into turn 1, which is a kind of a U-turn hairpin kind of something. You've got a little bit of a click to the right here, but that's not considered a corner. Then we're heading into turn 2, which is also going to be a U-turn. I need to... Apologies, guys. So that was the issues I had yesterday. So heading into turn 5 right now, it is the long right-hander. Also a little bit of a U-turn hairpin kind of something. Into turn 7 and 8, 6 and 7, my apologies, which is going to be this chicane. Hard braking zone, and you definitely don't want to make a move around there. Into turn 8 and turn 9, fast left right-hander. When it's dry, when it's raining, you need to go off throttle a little bit there, braking a little bit into turn 10, into turn 11, fast right-hander as you want to touch the curb down the inside and the exit. And then we're heading into turn 12 right now. Hard braking zone, 90 degrees corner to your right into turn 13, which is also going to be a U-turn. A lot of U-turns here actually around the Hungaroring. And then you've got turn 14, which is going to be the last corner around the track, which is also going to be a U-turn. So if I'm not mistaken, we have got 4 or 5 U-turns. We've got turn 1, which is going to be a U-turn, turn 2, which is going to be a U-turn, turn 5. Turn 12, turn 13, and turn 14. So those are 5 U-turns. Shermanator puts himself on pole right now with a 132.0. Not a bad lap at all, as he had saved a lot of ERS right there. But Sir Spongy takes away that pole position for now, a 131.6. But we don't know if the track is drying up or not. It could be that Shermanator kind of had the pole, but it's just faster because the track is drying up right now. It's all going to depend on whether the guys who are currently in Sector 3 are improving. It is a McLaren driver right there, but also a Haas driver. And I think that Haas driver might be Sven, as Jabiza is disqualified, who's currently all the way in P20. And we're currently on board with Blue Dark NL, as he's probably a Dutch guy. NL stands for Netherlands. So down the main straight right now as he's coming across the line to put himself in P12. Not too much of an improvement by the Dutch driver. Only a 136.8 right now. I'm just going to put the telemetry right there. Not the telemetry. We don't need the telemetry. We need the lap data. So I'm just going to change my camera a little bit so that it's aligned with the lap data. So that looks great, you know. Oh, there goes the Dutch guy. He goes off track, but not in the wall. That's obviously great. You don't want to be ending up in the wall when you're a racing driver, because that is going to give a lot of troubles. You won't be able to go out on track anymore, and you'll have to do it with a 136.8, and the track seems to be drying up a little bit there, so I think it might be time for the guys to go on intermediates. Oranje Boom has retired from the session. I'm just going to switch over to the live stream here real quick. Yeah, alright. Microphone seems to be alright. Welcome everyone in the live stream, by the way. I hope you're having a fine Tuesday evening. Let's go on board with Ishi here. He's currently entering Sector 1 into Turn 1. A little bit of he's on the intermediates though. Not too sure the guys who are having the best lap. Are they on intermediates? Yes, they are. Jesper currently in 8 on the intermediates too. So is Smith in P9. As it seems like the intermediates are not the tires to go on yet. Ishi sliding all over the place a little bit right there. Tutski, who went into P5 on 3-lap-old wet tires, as I'm not too sure if he's out on a lap right now. I do think he's on a lap right now. Is he in Sector 1 or is he the guy in Sector 2? That is a big question. Ishi seems to be struggling out here a little bit currently, going into that chicane. Fast right left, no, not a really fast right left-hander. It's a slow right left-hander, you know. Touching the curb down the inside right there. Into turn 9 he goes. Then into turn 10 and 11. No, this is turn 11. This is turn 12 coming up right now. I was until I got DSQ'd. So it is going to be the Haas driver all the way at the back of the grid who's going to be not being able to put a lap on board, on the board, on the table, on the standings. But he will definitely hope for a good race, a good comeback race, if that is how you can call it. going from P20. Maybe he can go from last to first. That is a good question. You know, we've seen a couple of guys do it already in a couple of past years that I've commentated. Ishii put himself in P12 with 135.6. As I'm not too sure if that is too much of an improvement. We might want to go on board with Dutski here as he's currently entering Sector 2 into Turn 5. Slow right-hander going into third there. As it's raining, I think you can go into fourth or fifth even if you are racing in dry weather conditions. These corner sections should go through third, as we saw last to first. Yeah, you might be able to do last to first, Jabiza. Oh my days, that is going to be a very difficult name to pronounce during the live stream. I'm going to struggle over that. Tutski right now going into Sector 3. He's got the fastest second sector up by 9/10, and he slips. He loses the car a little bit there, as that is definitely going to be a couple of tenths lost. It is definitely getting a drier out here, so we might be seeing some guys out on the intermediate. Tutski is possibly going to come back into the pits. No, he's not. He's going to finish off this lap on the wet tires. I don't think this is the right decision, because the guys on the intermediates in the top 5 have definitely gotten faster, and Tutski puts himself in P3 and not enough to put himself on pole. He might have enough time to come back into the pits, put on some intermediates, and go out for another lap, but I'm not sure if that is going to work out. One mistake and that qualifying lap is going to be over. All the other guys who are currently on the intermediates are definitely going to pass Tutski right there. Shermanator, who's currently on an Atlas, Sven, Scottish, AJ the Diver, all these guys on intermediate tires right now. Not too sure if Jesper is actually improving. Currently coming into Sector 2, slow left-hander, and we can definitely see on how the car goes through that corner on whether he feels comfortable or not. We are definitely seeing some dry spots on the track. As you can see, there's a line forming with the a dry line, you know, that's how you can call it. 8/10 up in only one sector. This is definitely going to be a good shot at the pole position for tonight. Jesper van Golde, who is currently in the AlphaTauri car. He's got the Aston Martin right in front of him. Doesn't touch that curb too much down the entry of turn 6. Turn 7 was a little bit sketchy there as he touched the curb, but not too bad from the Dutch or Belgian driver. Not 100% sure. Jesper is probably a Dutch name. Aston Martin driver right now being a little bit of a struggle for Jesper van Golde, but 1.1 seconds up on his previous time. This is definitely going to be a pole time if he can keep up with the pace of Smith in Sector 3 here. It's going to be his teammate. Good team there. The AlphaTauri team definitely has some good potential here in Hungary, as he's now coming around turn 14. A good exit out of turn 14, and he's going to have a lot of straight line speed. Let's have a quick look how he's going to put himself. 131.5, only a couple of tenths away from his teammate, but he puts himself in P2. But let's have a quick look how other guys on track are currently doing. Salmin is probably not going to be able to put himself on pole, as he is still on those wet tires. Wet tires don't seem to be the best option here in Hungary right now, so you might want to go on board with Waza, currently entering turn 1, 1.4 seconds up on his previous time. That was last lap, of course, but he's going to go for another one. He's going to try to put himself in the top 10. I don't see Waza get into the top 5. We've got a very competitive grid here in DER currently, but these guys are definitely going to be able to put themselves close to 131. I don't think Waza will be able to, as he invalidates, so he's got to be fast and come across the line to be able to put another lap on the board here, because there's only 3 more minutes in the qualifying right now. He's already 1 lap on these intermediates. This is the 2nd lap actually, as he's got that McLaren driver right behind him. Blue Dark NL, will he be able to put himself on pole? That is the biggest question of tonight, because Blue Dark seems to be struggling out here. Chooses to go down the inside a little bit. It touches the curb quite heavily there. It doesn't go full throttle through that corner. Not too sure if that was the best decision to do. I do think you can definitely go full throttle through that corner if you're just coming off such a slow speed corner before you don't have too much space. That fastest second sector for the Dutchman, 2.2 seconds up on his previous time. That will put him somewhere around the P10. So this is definitely looking like a point position possibility for the Dutchman. Of course, the guys are not going to be receiving points during qualifying, but P10 is definitely where you're going to be able to get some points during the race. So Blue Dark NL coming across the line right now, 133.6. It's going to be good for a P9. So not a bad lap at all. Waza currently in P16, not improving, although 2.9 seconds it says, as he's going to be one of the only guys still able to put himself in the top 10. Mookie, he's possibly going to be, in time. Sir Spongy puts himself on pole with an amazing lead on P2. 129.8 is good for a 1.4 second gap to P2. I do think that Tusky is going to be able to put himself somewhere around the top 3. He's currently in P4, but he definitely needs some more 10s. His previous lap was on the wet tires, though. Make sure to keep that in mind. So he's going to be able to really compete with pole position tonight, with Sir Spongy, of course. Scottish right now, currently in sector 3, as he's got that Alpine driver right in front of him. Maybe he needs to create some kind of space to the Alpine driver, because otherwise he won't be able to report him, as the Alpine driver is obviously also going to go for the fastest lap. Scottish puts himself on pole right now, 129.6. What a great lap from the Mercedes driver right now. But the main guy to look at is, of course, Tutsky Beard, currently on the intermediate tires. He's got the fastest first sector. Into turn 5 he goes. He's got that Alpine driver right in front of him. Is that going to be causing any troubles for the Ferrari driver right now? The Dutchman, is he going to put himself on pole? Scottish is the man to beat with a 129.6. Will Tusky be able to do it into turn 8 right now, into turn 9 and turn 10 and turn 11? A very fast corner section here around Hungary. Hungary is actually a very fast track, if I'm being honest. A lot of 90 degrees corners, a lot of like 40, 30 degrees corners. So it's definitely a tricky track out here when it's raining. So into turn 13 he goes. Long braking zone into your left hand side, and then going into a right hand side corner. This is going to be, of course, the last corner. AJ the diver puts himself on pole, a 129.4, as Scottish seemed the man to beat, and Tutsky, a 129.1, puts himself on pole for now. But will anyone be able to beat that? Mookie only a P7, so the Ferrari team definitely are securing some points. Well, not yet. They need to deliver this kind of pace in the race too, if they can keep it consistent. Mookie is well known for not being able to keep it consistent. Waza might not be able to put himself on pole here. He is up by almost a second though, as that will put him somewhere around P8. And some other drivers are coming across the line right now. Williams driver, that is going to be Jan1502, who put a 129.6. Not a bad lap at all, but I don't see anyone getting near Tusky Beard, although Sven, 129.2, only a tenth away from Tusky's time right there. And Waza, what is he going to do? He's going to put a 130.9, which is good for a P8. Some other guys on track right now. Smith up by 7 tenths. That will be around P6, if I'm not mistaken. Shermanator is the man to beat for him right there. As we might want to take a quick look at the standings too later when disqualifying is over, because we've already had 2 races. We need to have a quick analysis of what the standings are looking like, because then we can have a quick focus on who we need to focus on during the race, what kind of battles are important during the race, and all that kind of stuff. AWH Smith coming around the last corner right now. AJ the diver comes across the line to put a P2, a 129.263, only 3 hundredths away, and Smith puts himself on pole, a 128.5. What a lap from the AlphaTauri driver. He's 6 tenths faster than Tusky right there, which is absolutely amazing for the AlphaTauri driver. What has Mr. Jesper done? He's only in P12, as that is going to be your qualifying for tonight. Tutsky in P2 and AJ the diver in P3. I'm just going to have a quick look what the standings are looking like right now. Let's go over to Discord. Let's go over to the standings channel. So driver standings wise, we have got Tutsky in P1. He has scored a P2 in Abu Dhabi and a P1 in France last week. Then we had Shermanator in P2. He scored a P4 or a P5. Not too sure how the point system works here. Wait, oh no. Wait, why is it? Oh no, never mind. It's not the regular point system. All right, so Tusky is in P1. He's got 48 points in total. Shermanator in P2. He's got 40 points in total. And then we've got Scottish in P3 with 31 points in total. So let's focus on the standings right now. AWH Smith, well, the results, not the standings, but the short qualifying results. AWH Smith in P1, Tusky in P2, and AJ the Diver in P3. Further, we've got Sven, Scottish, Jan, Mookie, Shermanator, Spongy, and Waza in the top 10. Ishi, Jesper, Blue Dark, Sal, Min, Starry, AP, Oranje Bone Brown, The Steps, F1 Dino, and Gibiza are finishing at the top 20. There is only going to be able to facilitate 20 drivers on the track because there's only 10 teams with 2 cars each. So we have got a very competitive grid right there. I would say 6 tenths between P1 and P2 is quite of a big of a difference, but I think that is just because the track was drying up that much at the end of the race that Smith was able to put such a good time. It is going to be dry during the race, so that is lovely to see. I'm just going to have a quick look at the chat. If I didn't DSQ, I would have been in the top 10 because I was P5 before I got disqualified. Yeah, the problem there is, Gibiza, that some of the guys didn't come out on track yet, so... and a lot of guys were just trolling around with the tires, so it's very difficult. Raymond says, I think that is Waza, if I'm not mistaken. I'm just gonna have a quick listen on YouTube again to see if the quality of the live stream is alright. Yeah, the quality is pretty alright. I'm just gonna go to Discord real quick because I've got a message and I'm not 100% sure from who. Div2 chat seems to be all good. Haha, Tusky congratulating Smith with his good lap. That is obviously great to see. Alright, so Raymond is Waza. I remember names. Finally. It's become time. I might want to size up the camera here a little bit. I know you guys want to see my... don't want to see my face too much. But I think it's not really great on how it was there. So let's transition that real quick. Hello? Alright. Apparently I cannot transition anything. For some reason. Okay, there we go. Haha, compute. Thank you, Raymond. Remo, like some would say. Is the live stream... Hold up, guys. Okay, yeah, so I'm seeing what the problem is right there. Don't start yet, guys, please. Just trying to sort something out. Look how the lights of the town are shining down. Don't start! Don't start! Oh, guys, good to go. Mr. Tutsky says. Okay, but it seems to be all good now. Okay. Alrighty, guys. So we are currently on board with nobody because the race hasn't started yet, and the guys are usually waiting a little bit for some other guys to put on their setups to go for a pee real quick. I don't know, but they're giving the guys a couple of minutes. We've got 5 red lights. It is going to be a formation lap first, so that is always great to see. So we can have a quick look at the tires because I do think we're going to be seeing some different strategies here today. And yes, indeed, we do. Some medium tires, some soft tires. A lot of guys, the majority of the people have gone on to medium tires right there. And then we've got AJ the Diver in P3 on the soft tires. So he's hoping to get some positions on the board here, trying to make that overtake on Tutsky and maybe make that overtake on Smith if he's going to be able to. Then we've got Waza in P10, also on the softs. Blue Dark in P13, also on the softs. And then AP, Oranje Bone Brown, and Gibiza also on the softs. Gibiza definitely trying to get a couple of positions on the board after his disqualifying during the race. He's currently starting from P20, which is not great, but maybe he can make a last 2 first finish possible. I think Tutsky has already done that last season, but I'm not 100% sure though. The preferred strategy might be medium soft, soft, medium, medium soft. Medium soft, not too sure if that would work because it's a high degradation track, if I'm not mistaken. Like, degradation rate. Oh, soft medium, the game says. Alright, so apparently it's not a high degradation track, but I would say it is because you've got so many high-speed corners, a lot of U-turns and all that kind of stuff. So I would say there is going to be a lot of tire degradation. Not too sure why the soft tire guys have gone onto soft tires, but you need a lot of grip on this track to be able to make the corners, because going into a fast right-hander, let's say turn 11, you need a lot of grip on your tires, and I don't think you will be able to go full throttle through turn 11 on the hard tires. Not too sure if that's even going to work on the mediums or the softs, but yeah, let's take that in consideration. We also want to have a quick look at the position changes, lap data, of course, and then we are ready to go right now. We are not ready to go yet. We are ready to go now. There we go. Oh no, it didn't change again. Oh no, it did right now. Perfect. So guys, are you ready? I am definitely ready to go here, and oh, I hope you guys are too. I'm just gonna try and change something real quick. Alright, it's not going to be working. Doesn't really matter. AWH Smith is going to be starting from pole here tonight. Hopefully he can make his dream come true and win a race here in Hungary, as the guys are going to be boosting up their engines. Starting the engines is what they call it also here in Belgium. 5 red lights in Hungary right now in the Divine Eye Racing League, and off we go. We've got a very good start there from the Red Bull driver, but also Smith with a pretty decent start. Tutski down the inside already. They're going 3 abreast into turn 1. The Williams driver goes onto the grass as he tries to go around the outside. Tutski with a beautiful move down the inside. Beautifully done. They're still going side by side. Smith down the inside into turn 2. Will he be able to make that move? Does definitely look like it. Tutski with some good traction coming out of turn 2 right now. They're still going side by side. Tutski having the inside line, and he pushes. Not really, there wasn't really too much contact, but Smith definitely took the risk to go around the outside right there, and he made his way into P1 again. Beautiful defense from the AlphaTauri right there as the Ferrari driver was trying to make a move down the inside, and then the other Williams driver around the outside. So beautifully done by Smith right there. Beautiful switchback from Scottish right there. I think we kind of missed that a little bit. Tutski definitely under fire from behind from Sven right now, the Haas driver. 5-second time penalty for Jesper already. Tutski being under fire from behind. Sven trying to make a move, has a good exit coming out of that corner. Medium tires for Sven, so does Tutski. Makes a dive bomb down the inside. Beautiful move as Tutski has to give away that position. Both Williams drivers currently having a battle with each other, and Mookie right in the middle, as it is going to be a Ferrari and Williams battle between each other right now. Tutski trying to keep the Williams driver right behind him, and Smith managed to create a 1.3 second gap to the other guys. 2/10 in between Tutski and Jan right now. Jan looking to make a move down the inside. Tutski with a late dive bomb there, as it seems like the Haas driver left enough space for Tutski to kind of create some kind of opportunity, but it looks like he had to give that position away again. Tutski, a little bit of a snap there from Jan. A good battle here between the steps, and Ishii who makes that overtake on P8, which is going to be Ishii. He is up into P8 right now. Beautiful race start there from the steps. Started all the way in P18, currently already in P8, and there goes Ishii. Going off track a little bit there. He's under fire from behind by Dino, who makes the overtake already. Yeah, and he finds himself in an Alfa Romeo sandwich right now. Sir Spongy all the way in P11. Lost 2 positions in total, and Jabiza already made up 5 positions. AJ the Diver is the biggest loser for now. He's all the way in P20 as he lost 17 positions during that race start here in Hungary. The Alpine driver going a little bit wide there. We saw that a couple of times already from Ishii as he is under fire from behind right now. The Alfa Romeo pushes Ishii a little bit wide, as it seems like Shermanator made a little mistake. They're going 3 wide into turn 13. I've never seen this before, and there goes both the Alpines go off track right there. We've got a yellow flag in sector T3, some broken wings. I think it was from the Aston Martin, but I'm not 100% sure. There goes Blue Dark a little bit aggressively into that corner. And we're going side by side with Shermanator and AP right now. Shermanator down the inside. AP is not the one with the broken front wing. That is going to be Waza, who's currently in the pits, as Shermanator makes up into P15. Let's go on board with Jesper here as he's finding himself right behind Sir Spongy. 6'10s in between the two, but I definitely think that Jesper has the pace to make that overtake on Sir Spongy. The steps already up into P6, so he's definitely making a comeback race here after disappointing qualifying. I'm not sure if he had a qualifying ban, honestly. Tutski lost 2 positions right there. He started in P2, had a crazy battle for P1 with the race restart, with the race start. And then he was just under fire from behind by, I think it was Jan, I think it was Fan, I think it was Scottish. Everyone tried to make the overtake on the Dutch driver, and it seems like 2 drivers managed to be able to do that. Also, Smith made the re-overtake. And the steps right now is trying to get back to Jan. Doesn't seem to be as easy as he hoped it would be. Dino making up 11 positions too. He started all the way in P19, made some aggressive overtakes to be able to get into that P8 as he's finding himself right behind Mookie. Mookie, a very respectable driver, of course. As someone is off track, that is going to be Blue Dark, who had a collision with Ishii, if I'm not mistaken. Ishii went off track a little bit there into turn 12. Dino making a deep dive bomb there, pushes the Ferrari driver a little bit wide. Mookie, who's also an admin in this league, as Dino is now going around the outside into turn 2. Beautiful move there. Can he outbrake the Ferrari driver? Doesn't look like it. Mookie, who leaves enough space for Dino to get past. A little bit of a slip there from Dino as he has to give away that position again. And up from, well, he has to start from the beginning again. Because right now he is still in P8, and it's going to be a trouble to get past Mookie in Sector 2 right now. Started with a 3-second time penalty, as it seems like Mookie is not giving away this position for free. Dino still trying to make the overtake into Sector 2. They go into turn 10 and 11. As this is a very fast corner section here around Hungary. Very difficult to make the overtake right there, as he's having a little bit of a slip every now and then. I'm talking about Dino there on these medium tires. I'm pretty sure they're not giving up yet, but maybe he's finding some troubles with keeping his concentration on track, trying to not overshoot any corners, any other thing. Yo, Patrick in the chat. I'm pretty good myself. How are you, buddy? Long time no see. Yeah, indeed. I'm not 100% sure what your Discord name is. I'm kind of forgetful with Discord names and people and all that kind of stuff. So could you remind me on what your Discord name is, and then I'll pretty sure know who you are. But I'm not, like, there's 10 Patricks showing up in the chat every now and then, because there's 1,000 or 2,000 Patricks in the Netherlands alone. So I'm not 100% sure who you are, but I'm pretty sure if you tell me your Discord name, I do know who you are. Dino still trying to make up a position. Mookie goes off track a little bit there. A little bit of a screen lag as Mookie goes into that fast left-hander. Another track invalidation. I mean, a track warning, whatever you want to call it. Dino going into, out of turn 5. He has a little bit of a snap. And it is definitely going to be a hard time overtaking Mookie if he keeps on having these snaps coming out of corners. I think he has a little bit too much oversteer when going out of a corner. Goes onto the throttle a little bit too fast. RRL says, and yeah, buddy, I do remember you. I thought it was another guy, but I do remember you. Welcome, buddy. Are you not racing in this league? Or are you still considered too slow? How is the progression going on after I told you some things that you had to change in your wheel settings? Dino right now coming around the last corner. Will it this time be the opportunity for him? He's going to have the DRS, so it might be a good opportunity for him to make the overtake, but I'm not too sure if he has enough ERS saved. It seems like he's only having around 25%, and Mookie, who has a lot of straight line speed to keep Dino behind him. Dino, who doesn't seem to be using too much ERS to make the overtake. He knows that it's almost impossible to make the overtake on Mookie with the DRS and the ERS. Mookie is such low wings, actually. I think everyone is running 50-50 or something like that, because it's a high tire degradation track. It's a lot of fast corners and not too many straights, so it would be weird if you go low wings on this track. But I think Mookie definitely went for a little bit lower wings than all the other guys, because he's able to keep the guys behind him down the main straight. Let's go on board with someone else here. Tutski managed to keep up with Sven, who now just got a 3-second time penalty. Not in this league. I'm driving in PGR. All right, says, and thank you very much for letting me know. How did you find this Discord, this YouTube then anyway? We've got a yellow flag in Sector 2. That is going to be a McLaren car. And I think if you look at the... If you took a good look at the track map at the right bottom, I think you saw him respawn back to track, but I'm not 100% sure. Broken front wing for Oranje Boom though. as you might want to focus back on Tutski here. Is currently entering lap 7 out of the 35 here in Hungary. I'm just going to take a quick sip of water. How is PGR going anyway for you, Patrick? Sven struggling to keep his car in between the lines right now as he feels the pressure from behind from Tutski Beard. As I feel like Tutski Beard is keeping the same pace over and over. Like right now, he's only 4/10 off his fastest lap. Sven goes off track. Sven goes off track. He is in the barriers. Well, he's not really in the barriers, but he went out of off track into turn 5. He lost a lot of positions right there. He lost one to Tutski, the steps, Jan Mookie, F1 Dino, Sir Spongy. All these guys have made the overtake on the Haas driver simply because he went off track a little bit there. And he has another snap. Very interesting to see there. I think he doesn't feel too comfortable on these medium tires already, only after lap 7. And both Alfa Romeo drivers trying to get back to Mookie right now, who's made it very difficult for F1 Dino to make the overtake. And, you know, Sir Spongy definitely has the pace around here, but I feel he let his teammate go through. And right now he's trying to get that position back from Dino, as Dino wasn't able to make the overtake, but maybe Sir Spongy is going to be able to make the overtake. Sven, who comes into the pits, does he have a broken front wing? A big question for the Haas driver. And he retired from the session. He retires from the session. Very interesting to see. He's left the session too. Last Sunday, the season started, but I lost my car at lap 8, causing me to crash. That's very unfortunate. I asked the guy in P4. Who is in P4? Is it the steps? Or is it Tutski? I'm not 100% sure. It might have been Sven? Because there was a couple of... No, it was Tutski. I'm pretty sure it was Tutski. Sir Spongy still trying to get past his teammate here, and we might want to have a quick look with the tires, because some guys are just not able to make the overtake. The top 9 is on medium, so it seems like the medium tire was the best decision to go on Oranje Boom, who's already coming to the pits. Waza, who's making a move on a Blue Dark, as you're all the way in P17 and P18. Some heavy battling going on here, but I think Waza took the upper hand. Now in P3, yeah, that's Tutski. So, what are you still sticking around here in Divine Eye Racing? Because I know you weren't allowed to race here because you were a little bit too slow, but... Tuesday. Is it Tuesday today? Oh, it is Tuesday. Oh, it is Tuesday, that's right. So, is PGR not racing today? They should be racing. Let's go back to Spongy here as he's right behind his teammate. Still doesn't make the overtake. I'm not too sure what's up with Spongy right now, but he simply doesn't make the overtake. He either doesn't want to or either can't. Right now, he's looking to make a move down the inside, doesn't go for it, and the more he's going to make it difficult for F1 Dino, the harder it will be for F1 Dino to make the overtake on Mookie. F1 Dino going really wide right now, going into turn 4, side by side. Might have not been the best decision to go for it, as they lost a lot of time to Mookie right now. And now it's up to Sir Spongy to make the overtake on the Ferrari driver. I think they're doing, like, Mookie is doing a splendid job at keeping these two behind him, because, you know, if they're going to be able to make the overtake, they're easily going to go to Jan. They're easily going to go to the steps, and then it will be hard for Tutski Beer to keep these guys behind them, because I know that Dino is one of the faster guys in this division. So is Sir Spongy. So they're definitely going to make it difficult for all the other guys to keep them behind them. And that's just simply it here with the Alfa Romeo team. They're so fast, but they started all the way at the back of the grid. Dino all the way from P19. Sir Spongy, I think it was in P9 if I'm not mistaken. So they're definitely trying to make this their way up the field. Tutski right now looking to make a move on Scottish. Dynamite straight, they go Scottish. Taking a curb down the inside right there is Tutski. He's going to have the DRS once again with a good exit out of turn 1. He might be able to make the overtake, but it's not going to be a good opportunity for the Ferrari driver. Now going around the outside. Tried to go for it, but it was a little bit sketchy right there. Into turn 3, into turn 4. Fast left-hander. And then, of course, you've got that very slow right-hander, 2/10 slower than his previous time, and he keeps on that same pace. Which is beautiful to see. Our division races on Sundays. Oh, fair enough, says him. Because they also have a Tuesday division, but so do these guys, so you might be able to sign up for this division again, so that you don't have to be in the live stream. But on track, you know, that would be great to see, because I think a couple of full-time seats have opened up. If you're interested, you can definitely join. I'm pretty sure I can persuade Dusky to sign you. I mean, to let you race on this track, because you're definitely faster than some other guys on this track here. I'm pretty sure of that. Going around the last corner right now. We're already in lap 10 out of 35. This race has really flew past already. He's gonna have the straight line speed right now, and the DRS. Is he gonna go for a move? A lot of DRS is being used by Tutsky. Makes the move into P2 as he has the inside line. He pushes the Mercedes driver a little bit wide, edges away from going off track right there. Beautifully done by Tutsky by leaving enough room for Scottish, and an interesting contact there between the two of them. I think Tutsky just went a little bit too slow for Scottish going into that corner. And Scottish tried to make the overtake, but Tutsky just defended that racing line, and now he has the upper hand because he's going to be in P2. He's going to have less tire deck, and he's just going to be able to keep Scottish behind him here in Sector 2. And then it will be very difficult for Scottish to make the overtake down the main straight, because if you've got the upper hand in Sector 2 and Sector 3, you're going to create some kind of gap just simply because of dirty air. Although it does seem like Scottish is not really going away, driving away from Tutsky here. Look at that, beautifully done. Oh, fair enough, Patrick. Thanks for letting me know. Yeah, I didn't know that. Oh, my audio is gone again. Here comes Scottish. Down the main straight he goes, around the outside of Tutsky Beer. Beautifully done, and he makes it up into P2. So it was actually easier than I anticipated for Scottish. And there goes Starry. Left the session, retired from the session, everything. Coming into turn 11, I think that is. Well, the exit of turn 11 into Sector 3. He just spun out, and now it is going to be a safety car situation, so all the soft tire runners could actually go on to the medium tires and finish off this race on those medium tires. I'm not too sure what the medium tire runners will do. Might they go on to the hard tires? It seems like Shermanator is definitely going for the hard tires right now. AJ the Diver might be going on to medium tires or hard tires, not 100% sure. We also have to guess what kind of tire deck they already have. Because if it's high tire degradation they're having already, we might be seeing them go onto the hard tires. They're going onto the medium tires, so that means that they were still very comfortable on those soft tires, that they can extend those medium tires till the end of the race. Let's have a quick look if anyone else on track is coming into the pits. AP is coming into the pits, so is Waza, so is Blue Dark. And what is Smith gonna do? He's gonna come into the pits. What is Scottish gonna do? Also coming into the pits, as it seems like everyone is coming into the pits right now. I'm just gonna have a quick listen to YouTube on whether the issue has been fixed. Doesn't look like I'm having any issues right now. So all these guys are coming into the pits, going on to... Wait! They're going on to soft tires. What is Scottish and Dusky and the Steps doing? All these guys going on to the soft tire. They won't be able to finish the race on the soft tires. Still 22 laps to go. Why are they going on to the soft tires? Do they think there might be a late safety car? This is very interesting to see, because Mookie, Sir Spongy, and Smith went onto the hard tires, so did Shermanator. Jabiza went onto the medium tires. That is great to see. Let's have a quick look how many positions he's gained already. I think it's 11. Yes, indeed it is 11. So did Adino gain 11 positions. So I think, in my opinion, Jabiza is looking very good for a top 5 position. Because all the other guys have gone onto the soft tires, so they have to hope for a late safety car. And if Jabiza can just keep up the pace he's having already, he might be able to come into the top 5. Currently in P9, gained 11 positions already, still 22 laps to go. A very good opportunity for Jabiza, and the Steps in P4 gained 14 positions. Let's have a quick look what tire he went on right now. He went onto the soft tires too. Very interesting decision. But we don't see many penalties here around Hungary. Well, I thought it was a very high penalty, risky track, but right now it seems like only 3 people have a penalty. Scott is really on the tail of Smith right now, as the safety car is definitely not coming into the pits yet. That was shit. What happened, Starry? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. I'm just gonna take a quick break. Just one. Oh wait, I've got a tissue here, so I can blow my nose right now. I will mute my microphone real quick though. There we go, guys. Welcome back. So there was an issue I had with the live stream here. I'm just gonna try and fix that real quick. So this is the game. Yes. So game overlay. Okay, so this should be their game. And then I should be able to fix this real quick. Yeah. So there we go. Okay, I think this is better. There we go. Oh. There we go. Perfect. Oh, beautiful. Look at that. All right. So got caught on the ripple strip. Send me into the wall. Fair enough. You really need to be careful with the curbs here around Hungary. You really need to be aware of the dangers of of the curbs. Let me guess. The turn of that at Hungary. What is the turn of that in Hungary? Actually, I have no idea. Got zero knowledge of that. So the guys are all going to be starting their engines again. Well, they were already on, but just warming them up a little bit more. So they're going to warm up the tires. I'm going to make a video on how to warm up your tires, because these guys are using how to warm up your tires wrong. They're just sliding all over the place, but that's not how you should warm up your tires. So when is Smith going to go? He's going to go right now, and Scottish has not been caught sleeping. 2 tenths behind Smith already. He might even be able to make a move down the main straight, having a little bit of a snap there. He's going to have the slipstream, though. A lot of ERS is being used by Scottish already. Is he going to go around the outside? Yes, he is. Around the outside he goes. Here comes the Scottish driver. Does he make that move up into P1? Yes, he does. He's getting pushed wide a little bit there. I don't think there was too much contact, but he still needed to watch out for the AlphaTauri down the inside, indeed. Stutsky is trying to make his way up into B2. Smith is definitely going to lose a couple of positions simply because he is on those hard tires. 3 tenths up for Scotty, who's getting pressured from behind by the steps. A very talented, very good, very sophisticated driver who's going to be trying to get into that top 3 and try to win this race. Of course, he's on 2 lap old softs right now. So are the others in the top 6, except for Smith, of course. But the Steps will have to deal with Tutsky first, because Tutsky, a very difficult driver to get past, very defensive driver, but also on the other hand, he's very aggressive and very offensive. Although, I mean, not aggressive, but like aggressive in a good way. Like, he's always looking for overtakes, as you could see during the beginning of this race. He was trying to make that overtake on Smith, but he didn't manage to do so. Now steps into turn 14. He needs a good exit to be able to make that move on Tutsky. And we know that Mookie is definitely not going to get overtaken down the main straight, because he had a lot of straight line speed, as he's got Sir Spongy right behind him. I think Dino made the overtake on Mookie already. Mookie and Sir Spongy right now. AWH Smith and Tutsky Beard going side by side. Tutsky, who tried to make the overtake. He didn't have the DRS yet, but I think he just had too much straight line speed. He's got the steps now around his outside as they're going side by side right now into turn 3. Does the steps leave enough space for Tutsky to get past? It does look like it. Side by side they go. Stutsky down the inside. Does he push the steps wide? It doesn't look like it. And Steps makes his way up into P3, into the top 3. And his next target is going to be AWH Smith. But the more they're going to be battling, the more time they're going to lose to Scottish, who's definitely looking very great here on these 3-lap-old soft tires. 2 seconds of a gap to P2, to Smith. To AWH Smith right now, and he's got his hands full with the Steps and Dusky Beard. The Steps definitely hungry for more after making that overtake on Tutsky through Sector 1. Definitely very difficult to make that overtake into turn 3, if I'm being honest. And right now, coming into turn 13, and seems like AWH is having a little bit of troubles to keep the Steps behind him. The Steps with a good exit here can make that overtake on AWH. DRS is enabled already, but he won't be able to use it right now, I think. The Steps going around the outside. Will he choose the inside line? He's going for the inside line. Late braking. And that is a beautiful move. Tutsky trying to benefit from this too. AWH loses 2 positions in 1 corner. What a bad performance from the AlphaTauri, but nothing he could have done right there. He just got pushed wide a little bit there by the Steps. Not too much contact, but just he needed to be aware that the Red Bull driver was down the inside and it was possibly going to get taken out if he closed down that corner. So Tutsky just took advantage of that and made the overtake on AWH, and now he is looking dangerously. He's looking dangerous. I'm talking about Jan here, who's currently in P5, trying to make his way into the top 4, as that is definitely going to be an opportunity with AWH Smith being on those hard tires. But AWH is going to have the benefit at the end of the race. All these soft tire runners still have to come into the pits, or AWH will just have the upper hand at the end of the race right now. Still 18 more laps to go. We're heading into lap 18, and then we still have to do 17 more laps. So Jan already has a penalty, so does Waza, so does Ishii. So we might be able to see these guys drop a couple of positions, because the grid is so competitive that they're just so close to each other. Right now, F1 Dino is pushing to get his way. Oh, Jan loses the car a little bit there, but he recovers quite nicely. Dino might be able to make the overtake. Although Jan does have DRS, Dino has to patiently wait to make that overtake. I think his time will come, but not yet though. Tutsky right behind the Steps, although he's losing the toe of the Red Bull driver a little bit here. And now the Steps is trying to push us away. AP has left the session. He has come. Where is AP? AP is in P17. What has happened to AP? Doesn't he need an invite? I'm just gonna check the Discord real quick to ask if he needs an invite. I don't think so, but yeah. Let's go back on board with F1 Dino, who's trying to make his way around Jan here. As of course Mookie in P7. It seems like he has gotten a penalty too, as he's currently under fire from behind by Mr. Spongy. And also these two, Mookie and Sir Spongy, are going to be looking great during the end of the race, because they are on hard tires. Lost connection. It seems like he needs an invite indeed. Just gonna send him an invite real quick, guys. I have no idea how to do that. Do I actually have AP added? It doesn't look like it. There we go. Jan with another 3-second time penalty, so it's definitely not looking great. And Tutsky, I think he lost another position to AWH Smith here. Beautifully done by AWH Smith, so now it's even going to be a harder challenge to get back to the Steps, as there is already a 2-second gap created to the... where is he from? I think he's from Czechia, but I'm not 100% sure. Please correct me if I'm wrong, the Steps, if you're rewatching the stream. Are you Czech or are you not Czech? That is the question of the day. We need a cool intro to play some kind of game like question of the day. Is the Steps Czech or is he not Czech? Well, it seems like he is Czech. Or he's not Czech. I have no proof of confirmation, but I can definitely get you guys that. So Jabiza trying to make a move down the main straight. Mookie is going to go down the inside. But I actually think the outside line is better around Hungary. Ooh, he's getting pushed wide a little bit there. A little bit of contact between Jabiza and Mookie. Jabiza being on those medium tires, he's definitely looking great, but doesn't look like he's going to be able to make that move. Dino, who made the overtake on Jan. So Dino, look at how many positions he has gained already. 14, and the steps 16. So there's a yellow flag in sector 1. That is going to be Ishii. As he's got Waza right on the still. No, that is going to be AP. Alright, so AP doesn't want to join again. That is clear. F1 Dino trying to make his way up into P4, but a 1.6 second gap is keeping that away from him. Dusky 7/10s behind right now. The steps made his way into P2, and a really close gap to Scottish, only 4/10s, and Scottish might not have the ERS that he needs. Let's have a quick look. Oh, he's still at 60%. So the steps will have a hard time trying to get past the Mercedes driver. It might be a back and forward race here between these two when they make the overtake down the main straight, when they're saving ERS, when they're using a lot of ERS. It all depends on how these guys are going to play it strategically. But the steps right now looking to have great pace. Yellow flag here in sector 1. That is going to be Mookie, who lost his car coming out of turn 1. And he's going to be overtaken by a lot of guys. Jan with another 3-second time penalty. He really needs to keep it consistent in the next couple of races, because he has a good result. Sixth place, which is not bad at all. But if you're going to continuously get penalties, you're going to drop down 1, 2, 3, 4 positions, and then it's going to be very sour for the Williams driver. So the step's still trying to get away past find a way past Scottish right now, but it doesn't look like he's succeeding to do so. Maybe with the DRS down the main straight right now, he needs a good exit coming out of turn 14, and it all starts with a good exit coming out of turn 13. It seems like he's doing that, but so is Scottish coming into turn 14 right now, and the steps is going to take a wider line than Scottish is, which is, it doesn't look very great. 4/10s right now. He went up from 3 to 4/10s. And with the use of DRS, some good straight line speed from the steps. He's going to try and make a move down the outside, and he did contact, but the Mercedes driver is going to go wide there. He got pushed wide a little bit. Someone is coming back into the pits, and I think that is going to be Jan, who has left the session, retired from the session, all that kind of stuff. And that is going to be very unfortunate. Dusky has come into the pits, going on another set of tires. So is Jesper, so is Mookie, so is Ishii. So it seems like these soft tires are dropping off rapidly right now. And AWH Smith is definitely looking great here. Currently right behind the steps and Scottish, as it is going to be a very close battle between these three. But AWH is on these hard tires, so great decision from AWH going onto those hard tires. And I think Dino went onto the hard tires too, or Jabiza went onto the medium tires. I know that for sure. But as you can see, Tutski, he dropped back all the way to P11, going on another set of tires. I think he went onto another set of soft tires again. Sir Spongy right behind his teammate, and the Alfa Romeo team is going to be scoring some big points here for the Alfa Romeo team. The Alfa Romeo drivers are going to be scoring a lot of points for the Alfa Romeo team. And we're still looking at that three-way battle of those Scottish coming back into the pits. AWH will have the DRS, but I don't think it will be enough to make the overtake on steps. It just patiently needs to wait, because steps is going to come into the pits pretty soon, because his soft tires are dropping off. And honestly, these guys who were on the soft tires and going onto the hard tires, or even the medium tires and going onto the hard tires, have made the right decision. As you can see, AWH, he was in a P... I can't tell you exactly what position he was in. I think it was a P2 or P3 when the safety car came out. He went onto the hard tires and made a big risk, but I think that risk is definitely paying off. The other hard tire runner is Sir Spongy, but he's 5.8 seconds behind AWH Smith right now. The step still needs to come into the pits, so he is golden right now for this Hungarian Grand Prix. And will he return back to the home office with a race win coming from pole. Actually, as I said at the beginning of the race, will he make his dream come true, getting a race win here in Hungary after getting a pole? And it definitely does look like he's going to be able to do so. 5.7 seconds between Sir Spongy and Smith. So Sir Spongy only made up 1/10 in half a lap, so I don't think he will be able to get back to AWH. And especially with AWH right now being hindered by the Red Bull driver right in front of him. He's going to have a little bit of DRS right now, though, which is going to be playing into his advantage. But I think from the moment that the steps comes into the pits, he's definitely going to gain some more speed, some more pace around this track and find his groove, because right now he needs to focus on the car in front of him that possibly will crash anytime soon if he stays longer on these soft tires, as it seems like someone crashed out in sector 2. That might have been the Alpine driver, Shermanator. No, it's not going to be Shermanator. It is going to be Ishii, who's currently in P17. So Shermanator comes into the pits. What tire will he be going on? That is a big question, as AWH still trying to make his way around the Red Bull driver. Sir Spongy now 6.2 seconds behind AWH Smith, so he's even losing time being on those hard tires. And what will Jabiza do being on those medium tires? Will he be able to actually finish the race on these medium tires? Because the guys on the soft tires came into the pits already 3 laps ago, so it might be pit time for the medium tire runners in about 3 or 4 laps. But the race is not finished then yet, as we're heading into lap 25 out of the 35, so still 10 more laps to go here around Hungary. Let's focus on F1 Dino now, who came into the pits and finds himself right behind Waza, and a very good position for Waza here. Side-by-side battle in sector 2. Heading into sector 3, Dino has to go late onto the brakes, and he does indeed do that. Waza leaves enough space for Dino to get past, and here comes the steps into the pits. Jabiza stays out on these medium tires, but do they still feel fresh? Scottish on these medium tires, currently in P5, makes the overtake on the steps, as he's got the fastest lap, of course, so that will be 1 extra point for the Scottish driver. Currently Tusky Beard making the overtake on AJ the driver, 3/10 in between those two, as AJ the driver has a little bit of a snap there, loses the car a little bit onto the curb, and that is going to be a lot of time lost to Tusky Beard, so he will definitely not be able to make up that position again. And let's have a quick look with the tires, as he is on 13 lap old medium, so it might be time for the medium tires already to come into the pits. And that's why I believe that this track has a lot of like tire degradation and all that kind of stuff, because you know they go onto this track choosing the soft tires to start with. And you might think, yeah, that's because there's going to be an early safety car. But even if there is no early safety car, you have to come into the pits twice, because when there is no early safety car, you're coming into the pits around lap 12, but maybe even not lap 12, because the guys came into the pits 2 laps ago already. So lap 10, lap 9, something like that. As it seems like Jabiza is struggling on these medium tires. So after lap 7, after lap 8, coming into the pits, you still have 28 laps then to go. So going on to medium tires will not finish you the race, so you will have to go on to hard tires. But even with the hard tires, you're going to be struggling a lot. So going on to the medium tires and then going on to the soft tires again is going to be a 2-stopper, which is not great. So that's why I think that medium hards are the best decision to go here in Hungary. AJ the driver coming into the pit, so is Waza, as they're going to be dropping a lot of positions. You see 14 laps on the mediums, it will not give you enough benefit starting on the softs, finishing on the mediums. It simply doesn't. And like a 2-stopper is not great either, because you're losing so much time in the pit lane, especially after such a long pit lane. As you can see, the whole straight is basically the pit lane, so not too sure if that was the best decision, as Scottish is trying to get away to find a way past Jabiza here, as Jabiza also has that penalty, so it might be smart for him to let Scottish go past. There goes Scottish down the inside, around the outside right now, and Jabiza lets him go through. Interesting decision, good decision. I know Jabiza is listening. That is great decision, Jabiza. Just focus on your own race. You've got the steps 2 right behind you. I think you need to give him the position 2, because there's no point in racing him. You're on 13 lap old mediums, he's on 1 lap old softs, and you know there's still 8 more laps to go, so you're not going to be able to keep him behind you. And even if you're going to be able to keep him behind you, it is not going to be without a risk. So the steps right now with the fastest lap of 1:17.5, beautifully done by the Czech driver as he makes his way up into P4. His next target is going to be Scottish, and I think we know our race winner for sure already. It is going to be AWH Smith. And guys, I'm just going to try something. I'm just going to try to talk a little bit of country American kind of something for one lap. I just want to try that real quick. Alrighty guys, how are y'all doing? We've got Waza right now in P13 as he makes that his way up into P13, trying to make the overtake on Orion Boom Brown right there. So you might want to focus on the steps here as he's currently in P4, trying to make his way around Scottish right now. 9/10 in between both of the drivers. And will he be able to do that? That is the big question. 8/10 right now. Orion Boom Brown with a 3-second time penalty. That is very dangerous and very drastic. I'm not going to say drastic, but it is really, really bad for the McLaren driver right now because he's going to lose the position to Blue Dark, if I'm not mistaken. Although 12 seconds, that is too much of a gap right now. The steps trying to make his way up into the top 3. 6/10 in between the two right now. How am I still in the race when I lost connection? Andrew, that is a big, big question. I think it's just simply, it is your AI racing right now. He's not very fast, but you're still racing, you know. That is very interesting. But I mean, the AI is never gonna retire from the session, so you could just come back into the lobby and try to finish this race, because right now I know you're not going to be scoring any points, but if you come back into the lobby, I'm pretty sure you are going to be scoring some points. The steps trying to make his way around Scottish right now. 4/10 in between those two. And will Scottish be able to make up that position? Well, keep that position right now as he wants to score that top 3 positions. It's some good points that you're going to be scoring if you manage to finish in P3 right now. The steps right behind the Mercedes driver. Will he be able to make that move? Big, big question. Being on those soft tires is definitely going to give you some kind of advantage here at the later stage during that race. It seems like they're also trying to get back to Spongy right now. He's currently in P2, being on 15 lap old hard. Spongy is struggling a little bit more on those hard tires. But yeah. Oh, the Aston Martin driver making it difficult for these guys to find their braking zone, as it is going to be the steps with the DRS down the main straight. So the Scottish though, but it is not going to be enough to keep the steps right behind them. As the steps making his way up into P2, into P3. My apologies. Dusky Beard makes his way into the top 5 as he makes that overtake on G-Biza. And right now, we want to have a quick look with the steps as he's going to try and make his way around Spongy. And I would say it's a beautiful attempt for the steps to get back into that top 2. 2/10 away from some good points here in this division. And I think he's a reserve driver, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, definitely, you know, even if you're a reserve driver, you want to score a lot of points. You want to be up there somewhere. Oh, beautiful. Beautifully done by the steps right now. Here he goes around the outside. Down the inside he goes. And that's move done up into P2. Both drivers here having a very interesting miscommunication. Sir Spongy went down the inside, but so did Scottish, and Scottish now going around the outside. Sir Spongy gives back that position. Some beautiful racing between these two. There was a little bit of a miscommunication, but Sir Spongy being on those 16 lap old hards, I think it's better to not lose too much time battling Scottish and the steps, but rather focus on keeping Dusky behind you, because otherwise there's no point. You're just going to lose 3 positions instead of 2 then. And maybe even, although Jabiza is on 17 lap old mediums, that is going to be hard. F1 Dino, Dynamite straight. He's going to make a move down the inside into P1, into turn 1 right now. And he makes that look very, very easy. Beautifully done by Dino right there. Jabiza just struggling on these medium tires. I think if he can keep this pace, he might be able to keep Jesper behind him. And that is going to be great for points-wise, because he started all the way in P20, right now in P7, so he's made up 13 positions. Sir Spongy lost the toe to Scottish, 1.1 seconds. And it seems like the grid is a little bit spread out right now. AP with another 3-second time penalty. AP all the way in P17, 27 seconds behind P16. So it's very, very unfortunate that he lost connection there. It's just that one thing you need to make sure you have when you're racing online. And a lot of guys are usually struggling with connection issues, and it's also just EA and all that kind of stuff that is causing you to lag out of the race. But yeah, it's very unfortunate, but it is what it is. Nothing you can do about it. Shermanator coming into turn 13, into turn 4. My apologies, guys. Into turn 14 in a couple of seconds. There he goes into turn 14. We're heading into lap 32 out of the 35. And he's going to be having the DRS soon. He has the DRS, but it's not going to be giving him any benefit. AJ the driver makes his way up into the top 10. Beautifully done on the soft tires. It's not the race he has hoped for. When starting this race, he was all the way at the back of P20. Well, he started in P3 actually, and he dropped back all the way to P20. Not 100% sure what happened, but I think he just somehow lost the car. Spun, got into P20, and made his way back into the top 10. So in my opinion, he's done a great job at getting back that P10 position. Some good points on the board for the Williams team after Jan DNFing in the pit lane, unfortunately. But the biggest team, well, the biggest winner team-wise is going to be Alfa Romeo, if I'm not mistaken. Like, Dino started all the way in P19. He's made his way up into P6. We have Sir Spongy started in P9, made his way into P4. So that is going to be some great points, and I think even Dino will be able to get into the top 5 with that penalty from Dutski. Also, AlphaTauri scored some decent points here, but the thing is, everyone who finishes the race is going to be scoring some good points. So even if you're finishing P17, if you're finishing P16, even if you finish P20, you're going to be scoring points. So Shermanator right behind Mr. Jesper right there as he makes his way up into P8, around the outside, down the main straight. Not too much restraint given by Jesper. I'm not too sure how that word is, but Jesper right now trying to make his way back around Shermanator, but I think it's going to be a hard task. Also, tire-wise, you know, Shermanator on 2-lap fresher medium tire, so he's going to be having the benefit at the end of this race. But the steps actually getting really close to AWH Schmidt right now. So I think if he would have been on medium tires, he would have been having a little bit of an advantage here. Because right now, 4.7 seconds, his soft tires, 7-lap-old soft tires are dropping off right now. So I don't think he will have to benefit too much anymore, simply because AWH Smith hard tires, they're also a little bit gone though, but 8-lap-old softs compared to 20-lap-old hards, to me, I feel like they're a little bit the same, no? Salu makes his way back into the P10, so we're going to be having some very interesting battles into lap 33 out of the 35 already. So still 3 more laps to go for these two. And I think this is going to be the most exciting battle at the end of the race right now. Both drivers are going to be having DRS, as you had. I think that was AP who left enough space for these guys. Right now, AJ the driver down the inside. He backs out of it. He's going to play it smart. He's going to play it very, very smart. I think the Mercedes driver will have the DRS again. Doesn't he? No, he doesn't actually. But AJ the driver doesn't have enough speed coming out of that first corner to make the overtake again. So AJ the driver has to patiently wait for that other main straight, and then he has to just shoot off, blast off in the air. A Mookie with a 3-second time penalty. I think he went off track. He went off track. Does he have a front wing damage? Yes, he does indeed, I think. Let me have a quick look here. Oh, you can't see it that fast. Oh no, he doesn't have front wing damage. AJ the driver is still right behind Sal, so I'm very interested to see what is going to happen here. As they're heading into lap 34 out of the 35, a race is almost finished. We're already streaming for about 1 hour and 15 minutes. As you know, Hungary usually is a very fast track, so the races are also done very fast. So it's a very short live stream here for you guys, but hopefully you're going to be enjoying this. AJ the driver now down the inside, down the main straight he goes. He's going to have the DRS and the slipstream, but will it be enough for AJ the driver to keep this position actually? Because it's not sure that he's still going to be in P10, because he lost that position again a couple of laps ago. And that's how Salmin got back into P10. But now AJ the driver is in P10. And in my opinion, he should have waited one more lap. Because now, coming into the last lap, Salmin will have the DRS. And then AJ the Diver can do nothing about that. So 8 Leopold Softs should give him the benefit, but it is a big question, is it gonna give him a benefit? Here's Tong Hinha. Who the fuck is Tong Hinha? Who invited this guy? That is not allowed. I'm pretty sure that is not allowed. All right, let's go focus on Mr. Salmin, as we're currently heading into the last lap. This is going to be lap 34 out of the 35, as it seems like the diver is definitely creating some kind of space. He's pushing, heading into turn 12. Salmin... Is he going to have the DRS? Is he not going to have the DRS? Big question. He's currently still having the DRS. He's not having the DRS anymore. When is the DRS line going to be there? It is going to be there right now. So he's going to have the DRS. But will it be enough? Down the main straight he goes. AJ the Diver. Does he have the straight line speed to keep Salmin behind him? 6 tenths, 5 tenths, 4 tenths. Here comes Salmin. AJ the Diver is just going to let him go through. Why did he do that? Why did he do that? Why did AJ the Diver let him go through? Salmin makes some kind of mistake. Down the inside goes AJ the Diver. And there he goes around the outside. He makes his way up into P10. They're going side by side into turn 2. Salmin down the inside. AJ the Diver around the outside. Makes his way back into P10. AJ the Diver trying to make a switchback work, but it didn't work, unfortunately. 12 Leopold mediums compared to 9 Leopold softs. Which tire is the better one? I would say the medium tires, as Salmin makes his way up into P10 and is possibly going to be scoring some good points for the Mercedes team right there. Dutski has made his way up into P5. He's got that penalty though, as AWH Schmidt comes across the line. So does Steps. He kind of shrank down that cap from 7 point something to 2.7. So not a bad job by Mr. The Steps at all. Stutsky, I'm not too sure how many penalties he had right there. Is Dino going to be able to make his way up into the top 5? He's not. So good job by Mr. Tutsky creating that 3 second, well, that extra 3 second gap. Blue Dark right now, P15. He's pretty close to Oranjeboom Brown. His teammate, as Oranjeboom Brown, also has a penalty, so he might make his way up into the top 14. Ishii came across the finish already. So did AP as he left the session. And I think that is about it. Blue Dark in P15. And that is going to be race finished for these guys. I don't think they will be able to make up any positions anymore. Oh, no way. AJ the Driver ran out of fuel. Oh, that is very unfortunate. Yeah, there were not many safety cars. Only one. And if I'm being honest, that is not too much around Hungary. Some beautiful racing by all of these guys, keeping it respectful on track, and absolutely lovely to see and lovely to commentate on. So congratulations to all these guys for keeping it respectful on track. I'm just gonna have a quick look with the driver of the day. It seems like that is gonna be Steps, and in my opinion, that is deserved. He came from all the way from P16 to P2, if I'm not mistaken, so 14 positions gained, or maybe even 15. I'm not 100% sure where he started. Here we have the podium. AWH Schmidt with the perfect strategy, went from P1 to P1, and it is indeed going to be a Czech driver. So there we've got our confirmation that the Steps is Czech, and then the other two are, of course, British. So AWH on the podium in P1. He's going to be scoring the full amount of points. Well, not really the full amount of points, because the Step has the fastest lap with a 117.5. Scottish was quite close with a 117.9, and nobody else was in the 117s. Sir Spongy in P4, Dutski in P5, Dino in P6, Japiza in P7, Shermanator in P8, Jesper in P9, and then we've got Sal Min to finish off the top 10. Further, we've got AJ the Diver, Mookie, Waza, Blue Dark, Oranjeboom Brown, and Ishii. Also AP, I'm not too sure if they're going to be seeing that as a DNF or not. And then we've got our DNFs, Jan the Frenchman, Starry the Australian, and Sven the Dutchman. Who are all going to be getting 0 points because they crashed out or they DNF'd in the pit lane. So that is going to be your Austrian Grand Prix. Absolutely lovely Grand Prix we had here. Some good racing, some good everything. And I'm even considering on having this track for King of Leagues for next season. But that is going to be a big question. These guys have definitely showed that you don't need... Well, of course, these guys have got a lot of skill. But they're Div 2. That is the first thing. They're Div 2. So even if Div 2 can race on a track like this and keep it respectful, I think anyone can. They showed professionalism, they showed maturity, that they're mature, that they showed that they're very great. All of these guys, I don't think we've seen any aggressive driving or anything. Maybe pushing wide a little bit going into a corner, especially coming out of turn one. You try to make a move down the inside and then kind of push someone wide, which I would do the same if I'm being honest. If I was a racing driver and I'm ahead of someone, I would push them a little bit wide to try cause them go onto the curb and slip themselves. That would be kind of funny. I'm kind of a sadistic, satanist driver on track. If I'm being honest, I'm always thinking the worst of someone else. But yeah, that is going to be that for tonight. So guys, thank you very much for watching. This was VB Thomas as commentator. Make sure to check out my channels. They're linked underneath. VB Thomas SS on Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok. If you want to make sure and give me a follow, that would be definitely appreciated. If you want to see any more content, I'm also having what's it called? An event called King of Leagues, which Divine Eye Racing is actually the sponsor of. So thank you very much for to Divine Eye for sponsoring the event. And make sure to check out my YouTube my Twitch, as the event will be streamed on my Twitch. But I'm also organizing open lobbies, events, that kind of stuff on Twitch that will be streamed live weekly. So make sure to check out my Twitch. There's also a Discord link in there if you want to join the community. Make sure to join the Discord. And I thank you guys very much for watching. If you're new to this channel or if you're new to Divine Eye Racing, make sure to follow the channel. Join the Discord if you want to race in these kind of beautiful lobbies yourself. And I thank you very much for watching this live stream. This was VB Thomas as commentator. Peace out.